Hello, this is Daryl Martin with ApexInvesting.com in a Apex Sniper Thrive in 2021 webinar series about being the sniper or being the target. If you're not the sniper, you are the target. So make sure you know which one you are, because if you don't, you're the target. And I want to remind everybody you can get free access to our trade room, our training tools, and our training at apexinvesting.com/bootcamp. So if you don't already have access to it, you can check that out. Got our fun disclosures. As always, there's risk involved in investing. Know what you're doing before you do it. Okay? A few announcements. We are going to have 4th of July specials. So if you're thinking about, signing up and getting Thrive, or maybe you're thinking about signing up for the Elite membership and you'd like to get the Gold membership for silver pricing, or a big discount on annual, then be watching your email, and we'll be posting those in the Skype rooms as well. We'll be having a discount on Mind Mastery, and we'll have a discount on Markers Plus. So celebrating Independence Day. I hope everybody has a very safe and fun holiday. A reminder, due to July 4th, the markets close at noon on Monday. We are closed on Monday because we are taking the day off. All right? Yep, to blow some stuff up. So you can trade in the morning, but nobody's going to be there. So you're really not following the big boys, because the big boys are on vacation too. So you probably don't want to trade. If you need a day for Lilu, just go in and flip a micro and just enjoy your time with your family. That really is the best, thing you can do on holidays. I know it's hard as traders. We're like, oh man, I think trading is like the only profession where you're like, man, it's a holiday. But you need to learn to enjoy the holidays. You trade, you live to trade. You don't trade to live. Friday trading will be a little lighter in volume. It's already been light in volume. So watch out for some market moves on that. Be careful on Friday. Some good news. We got earnings coming up in 2 weeks. Earnings are coming up. Right now we're at the end of the quarter and the end of the half, where they try to inflate their numbers. So we've been seeing a lot of slow but steady markets rising. We ought to see some major volatility, because the projections are that there's going to be a lot of negative forward casting on the earnings calls. So that should cause some volatility and get the market moving for the summertime. Who's ready for a little more volatility? Yeah, me too. So this like slow upness is like boring as all get up. All right. Y'all want to do some chart review? All right, let me pull a chart over here. And got my big old Harry Potter wand up. Click on the chart. Get it to 935, technically 936. Get past the dark zone. All right, here we go. Got a long TX. Do we take it? The webinar's live. We're doing chart review of the day. It's too slow to do market review at night. Yep, Lilu should have a special offer for the 4th. Watch our Facebook page and our email, and we'll send you out that promotion that will come out on Tuesday for Lilu. I don't see any clusters in our way. I see a cluster below the entry, but I don't see any to the take profit. Whoops, let me get rid of that. All right, so we got HD, which does not have to line up with DR. So this is DR, it's red, it doesn't matter on an HD trade. And HD is when, for you newbies out there, HD is when the OD number, which is the big number you see above and below here, is at least 125% greater than the previous number on the second pullback. And we're on like 1, 2, 3 pullbacks. So I would say it looked clear. Anybody disagree with that? So we buy 1 tick above the high, we take profit 10 ticks later from the high. All right. Now, we coiled. What do we do at this point? Move our stop to break even, which could actually get filled in this bar. Goes back up, we're at break even. What are we at now? We are out of the trade. So when we get in for a scalp and it pulls back, we go to get out at break even. Okay? Especially if it's coil chop. That wasn't coil chop, but either way, if it pulls back, we move to get out at break even. So coil chop is when it's up, down, up, or down, up, down. This would be 2-bar chop. And you would have got out before this bar because it would have came up right there and hit you and then got you out. So just make sure you're always ready. Think about always being ready. You see that bar pullback, go in and grab your take profit, move it down to break even. Now the trade ended up working out. Shouldn't be time consuming to move it. You should be able to drag and drop it. So it shouldn't be a big deal. You can also hit the close button when it hits your break even if you're not fast enough to move it to make it, faster. All right, so now, all right, we got a SLZ. An SLZ, we see this blue thing at the bottom. And that means we had a star, a low volume score. I think that's like 13 or under. And we had a ZOI, which is one of these little green or purple lines print. It's coming off of a wall. Let's see how far off the wall it is. 45.0225. 45.05. So do we take him if we're 2.5 points off a wall? No, we do not. So we do not have ODD. One, basically, we didn't make a new high and then have a lower OD number. So OD is when you make a higher high and the OD number is 85% or less. And that wall was entered a little later in the afternoon. That is true. Or in the morning. All right, we're going up here. What are we around? Okay, we got another SLZ. What do you think about all these? What do we talk about when mini magnets are being spread out? Settlements there. Like what usually happens when mini magnets are spread out like that? And mini magnets are the yellow or the whitish, more whitish lines. Chop usually happens when mini magnets are spread out. So would we want to take this SLZ even though it's 2 points away or less from settlement? Okay, so no. So we don't take the trade. Let's see what happens. We're glad we didn't. Oh, now we got a TX short. And the way I know we have a TX short, if you're new, is I'm looking down here at these detectors. And anytime we have a TX, I'm going to get a black dotted line right there. So is that a valid trade? Does it match any of our setups? Doesn't match any of the setups at all. Are you sure? All right. I don't think we have an ETX there. I think that's an old paw. So no ETX. So no trade. Okay, now we got another short TX trade. Can we take this? Does this match any of our setups? The indicator shows when there's a TX to help you. So the question was, if there's not a setup, why does it show anything? It's showing you there's a TX to help you visually see it, to look and see if there is a setup. So it's not a setup itself, it's a TX detector. Okay, so we don't get to take it because it doesn't match any of our rules. Too bad, because that was a nice run. Alright, now we got a TX. This one's for a long trade. Does it match any of our setups? Robert, you'll take it. Well, you'd be taking it against the rules, because there's no rule that says to take that trade. And you would have lost. All right. Going forward, so we're having to be pretty patient this morning so far. All right, we got a TX short. Do we take it? No, it's into one, there's not a setup, and two, it's into a dynamic magnet on a wall. In the Thrive course, I talk about that being a major level that it'll often oscillate around on. So, but it can even bounce off of it. In this case, it sort of did. It went up, it broke it, and then it bounced back down. Now we got a TX long with the entry right above the wall and dev. Look closer. Do we have something? Low DR would only matter on a filtered TX. It's going into it, but our entry will be above it. We got a 2-tick offset. The entire day is low volume. So if you look at it, we got 705, 337, 858, 195% HD comparing to the previous number. So I would say we take it because we get to enter right above that level. I can not blame you for not taking it, but since we're entering like literally a tick above it, I would take it. Could call that a lane 2. Yep. Okay, and that trade does happen to work out. See, it's moving forward. Oh, we passed one. All right, we got a TX long. Do we take it? HD does not have to line up a DR. You get a lot of questions about DR. DR only matters on an FTX and a double TX that's range bound. The only time DR matters. So one person says, do we have an ETX? So let's see here. We got 1175 and 1275. So that's 4 ticks away. So technically that would not be a ETX. Is it HD? It would not be HD because remember you have to make a lower high when you're going long with a higher OD number. We made a lower low with the higher OD number. So that's confirming the trend, not confirming a counter trend move. That makes sense. Like over here, we had a higher low, not higher, lower high, higher low. And then over here, we had a lower low. All right. So, some good little things to pick up along the way here. All right, we got a double TX with red DR, but we do have something else. We have a valid ODD, that's right. That's when you make a lower low instead of a higher low. Make a lower low with 85% or less, and we got a lot less volume. So let's take this ODD trade. And that trade was profitable for our scalp. Okay. So we got 2-0 so far. We're only 30 minutes into the day. So really 25 minutes after dark zone. All right, we got a short TX. Do we take it? No, we got coil chop. That's correct. We got up, down. Remember, if you got up, down, or down, down, that's coil chop. What is the one trade you can take during an ET? Well, there's 2 of them that you can take during coil chop. It's a lane 2 if you do it, but yeah, double TX and an ETX. And an elevator. An elevator actually is the one trade that requires coil chop. So good call, Grant and Seth. But the other setups, you can take them in ETXs and double TXs, but you know, understand that it's lane 2 if you do. So no trade. We're not worried about the ones we miss. We want to, the winners we miss, we want to miss the losers. All right, now we got a short TX trade. Do we take this trade? Low DR. Well, for filter TX, it would not be a rule. It would not be allowed. We do have nothing else going for it, and it's going right into settlement. So no trade there. If you did happen to have accidentally got in, you would have got out anyway because of coil chop. All right, we got a TX long here. Do we have a trade? Nope, no setup. So does that make sense why we get the detector? I know I'm just like why we get the detector even though there may not be a setup. It's to help you identify the setups, potential setups. Because those TXs can be hard to see if you're not zoomed in. Be hard to see if there's a trap. A lot of times it can be hard to see if there's a trapped order, if there's a exhaustion box. Yeah, exactly. Detector says look closer. It's a good way to put it. Mario. All right, so we didn't take that trade. Okay, now we got this one. Do we take this setup? Nope. Lots of reasons not to, but the number one reason is we don't have a setup. Oh, we had a double T. Well, that was a double TX. Let's see here. All right, now we got a long. It will take profit before settlement if we enter it, and it does win. What would be the reason why we would take this trade if we took it? So ODD. Yep. We got two pullbacks. Got pullback 1, pullback 2, and there we go. We are less than 85%. We're at 55%. Also got a mini magnet and maybe a paw in there too. So we take it, and it is profitable right before settlement. So that is 3-0. All right. What should you be doing right now if you're a trader and you're following the Apex system and you want to make a potential 20 grand a month? Be done. And that's starting out at 1 contract and working up to 7 over half a year. Just 3 and done. It's not more trades that makes more money. It's consistency and learning when to stop. Okay? So if you have to walk away from your computer, walk away. If you can put it in Global Sim, put it in Global Sim. Whatever you need to do to make yourself get away from it. One of the things that I've taught in a previous live event, we sent out calendars, is to go over and hang your calendar up on the wall. Get any calendar you like. I know Lori likes ones with firefighters on it. But whatever calendar you like, or the Apex calendars that we send out, and walk over to your wall and put a big circle with an X on it. So you have to get up and get away from your computer and mark it. Okay? But at least get up and mark it. And then if you're going to come back, you got to go to Global Sim. If you can't follow that rule, even if it's 1 contract, 3 trades, you're done. Because what's going to happen is the first 3 months you're going to do 1. If you're consistent, the 4th month you're going to go 2. Then you're going to go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And by the time you're at 7 contracts, if you're just getting 3 and done, you're making $1,000 a day. So look at your 12-month goal and be done. Would I be done for the day and go back and trade at night? No, you're done for the day. So don't give it back. I mean, that's what you need. I mean, who in here is okay with making 20 grand a year with just 7 contracts? Now, who in here is willing to walk away after 3 and done to get there? Because most of us want to try to take the shortcut and get to 20 grand a day, right? Like right away. Okay, so you want to be done. Exactly, 20K a month, 2 hours a day. Even if it takes you a year to get there, you got to be okay with that. And I mean, it's such a mental battle. You're so right, Hiron. It's a mental battle, and you got to have every day that mental battle has to be in check. Because I mean, who in here? Raise your hand, right? One bad day can mess up an entire week or month, or blow an account. One bad day. And I'm not talking a bad trading day. I'm talking about a bad stupid day. Because a bad trading day, we know when to stop before 6 down. So you literally got to start rewarding yourself for being done. If I make a mistake and I take a loss, I'm done for the day, and then I have to switch to the Global Sim, and then I got to keep talking in the room for the rest of the time. So I get like double torture. That's how I handle it, Ed. Yeah, I mean, literally, you're done in 30 minutes. And it's like you feel bad. Like you should No, I should be here for at least 2 hours, 3 hours. Well, some days you're going to have to be. But some days you're not. So walk away and reward yourself to be disciplined tomorrow. If you keep going, you're being undisciplined today. One, you may give it all back. Two, let's just say it works. Let's say you go and you do like 8 trades and you win all 8 of them. What are you going to be encouraged to do tomorrow? Overtrade. Exactly. You literally have made yourself less disciplined for tomorrow, which is probably going to result in catastrophic failure by making that decision today. So exactly, you want to come back with fresh eyes. And you just, man, this middle game, Mind Mastery is going to be on sale, and I'm not trying to push it for on sale. It is literally one of the most important courses, if not the most important course we have. I think the best trading course we have is Thrive for helping you build on top of Sniper. But the best emotional course that I've ever seen is the one that we have, Mind Mastery. And one of my favorite sayings came from this guy named Johnny Wimbrey. And he had 2 other brothers. They grew up without a dad, all in the same poor conditions. One grew up to be a preacher. One grew up to go to prison. And he grew up to be a multi-million entrepreneur. And, he says your choices make you who you are, right? And pretty cool guy. Yeah, he's in Dallas. And he wrote this book called From the Hood to Doing Good. And my favorite saying, the one thing I remember that he said was, what are you doing today to make your tomorrow better than yesterday? What are you doing today to make your tomorrow better than yesterday? One of those things should be, I'm going to stop at 3 and done. I'm going to make my tomorrow better. Because if I don't stop at my 3 and done, I'm making my tomorrow worse. All right, I'll get off that high horse. But we're going to keep going just for review. But we're done, right? We're 3-0 done. All right, let's keep the review going. Global sim mode. All right, we got a short here. Do we take it? Look closely. Some of y'all said no. It's not going into settlement. It's through settlement. And it's been through settlement over and over and over again. It's not ODD. You do have some ODD on it, so I guess you could say that, but let's see. Gator eyes. Yeah, we do have some gator eyes to the left. Now, we just did have an ODD trade. It's our first setup after that. We do have some gator eyes, crocodile eyes, which we talk about in Thrive. That's these 2 clusters right here that it's going to have to basically get all the way down to in order, and actually through, in order to be profitable. It is an ETX off of a double ZOI. One trade that has a chance of breaking through levels, I usually call as an ETX. We do have a mini magnet, and then we got double ZOIs. Some people say they only look for mini magnets for ETXs. Okay, so what do y'all say? Yes or no? Okay. Most of you are saying yes. Are you going to say it's a lane 2 or lane 3? Yeah, lane 2, definitely. Oh, it coiled on us. What do we do? Move it to break even. All right, you're out. Okay? And you're glad you're out. And when I say move to break even, I mean move it to the low of the entry bar. I don't care if I lose a tick. Who cares about $5? Okay? So just literally move it to the low of that entry bar. Or move your stop up to it in this case. Because it only broke it by a tick. Okay, so we got out of that trade at break even. Barely. All right. So that was a hard one to call, wasn't it? The biggest thing on it is it had those crocodile eyes, and what did it bounce off of? I mean, it literally bounced off the first crocodile eye. Those are things to pay attention to. Yep, and it's right at settlement. Good point, Hiron and Seth. All right, we got a short here. Do we take it? Got an ETX. It's not an FTX. We don't use TradingView, Jesse. We only use NinjaTrader. Because all of our custom stuff is built in Ninja. It's coming off the paw print, double paws. All right, so yes, we take the ETX. Okay. There we go. It was a winner. Barely. All right, we got a long TX. I would have taken it off a single paw print. Yeah, I'm just saying double paw print made it stronger. Yep, no levels. Nothing. No rules. So no trade. All right, we got a TX short. It's an FTX. Is DR high enough? DR is low. So that'd make it a lane 2. So nope. That was not HD. Because we were making a high right there. So an HD is for going long when you're making lower highs, not a big number when you're going short making lower lows. You gotta be making higher lows. So we're in a simplicity trend, you say? I'll believe you. Now, about this time is when Lori called the 14505. Actually, it's a little bit earlier. It's like right here. She called 14505 as being a major level. Told people to mark it on their charts. She put it in. So the wall was there. So can we take that SLZ? Valid SLZ. SLZ again is star, low volume score, ZOI. So when you get a star above the bar with the low volume score, we got a 5, 13 or under. And with the ZOI, that bluish greenish line there that starts on the bar or the bar before that. So there's also some slight ODD going on right there, like 8%. Goes down. There we go. And that was a winner. So now we got a bonus 2 here in our global sim mode, right? All right, now we got a TX long. Do we take it? No trade. There's no setup at all. And it's in the middle of the ocean. Yeah. All right, we got a TX long here. Do we take it? Nope, we got coil chop. Up, down, up. So no trade. Okay. Coil chop is up, down, up. All right, we got an FTX. So this would be a number 2, lane 2, because we don't have DR high enough. We're going into a lot of stuff. Flux, a paw, a wall. So I'd say no. Worked out, but I'm okay with that. And now we have a short. Nope, doesn't line up with any of the rules. Now we got another short. Ditto, huh? No setup again. Oh. Yeah, okay. All right, we got a double TX. Can we take it? No, we got 2 to 3 bar chop. So we do have an ETX also. It's going right into settlement with 2 to 3 bar chop. So what do you think? Do you think you should take an ETX into settlement with 2 to 3 bar chop? Too risky. If you say maybe, the answer is no. And it washed. So good thing you didn't take it. All right, we got another TX along here. We're still in 2 to 3 bar chop. We got no setup. All right, now we got a TX short. Yeah, Robert's like, call it a day. So we got a trade. No. Going into a lot of crap, and there's no trade setup. He's playing right around that Devon wall at the moment. Y'all want me to go further? Just for review's sake? We'll go for a few more minutes here. All right, we got a TX short. Do we take it? It's an ETX with coil going into a wall. All right, so going into that wall, no. Man, aren't we glad we didn't take that? It's amazing how this OP really lets you read the charts, doesn't it? It takes a little time to learn, but it's really worth it, isn't it? Now, some people say, this is too hard, there's too much to do. It's like, well, it works so well. There's a reason that most traders fail. Most traders aren't willing to go through and learn it. All right, we got another coil chop. You said that at Sir Sakina, you getting it down now? ETX into a wall. All right, so we avoid it. All right, now we got a short. I think this is the one that Lori called. All right, we got HD. We got a lower high with way greater than 125%. 1,153%. It's screaming at us. And Lori did call this one out right off that 14,505 level. And it was a winner. It hung out there for a little bit, made us wonder. Pulled back and then broke on through. All right, that's 3-0 in our Global Sim bonus. Grant, I got to call you out because, man, you just had to say this JFT is going to be happening during the webinar, and it's been going on the entire webinar. Totally your fault. All right, we got TX long. Do we take it? No. We do not. Oh, we got an elevator short. Do we take it? It's a valid elevator, but is it off a recent high? Like, if you don't have me or Lori calling it, would you take that? Now, it is also an ETX, so you do have a double setup. You got an ETX elevator, both of which allow coil chop. So everybody's like, I don't know. If you're in the I don't know phase, what is the answer? No. So that works out. That one did happen to work out, but I wouldn't have taken it. Unless Lori said something on it. Oh, I'm jumping. All right, we got an FTX. Into settlement. Do we take it? Why wouldn't I have? Because, I mean, it's going right into the bottom of that range. The elevator was late. And I'm just not a big fan of coil chop. So this one, DR is low, and we're going into settlement. Double TX. Going into settlement again, and what do we have? The one big rule for double TX is 2 to 3 bar chop. So no trade. All right, now we got a short TX. And since entry is under settlement, it is ODD. That is correct. ODD is when, again, you make a higher high with 85% or less. So we could take that, and it won. I definitely call it a lane 2, being that we've been choppy recently. Okay, we got TX long. Can we take it? Nope, got coil chop. Up, down, up. Got a short. Just an extension of more coil chop, right? So, no trade. All right. Was it an ATX? No. There was no ATX there. All right, that's the noon. That's good enough. That's an hour past our usual time. So, did y'all get some things out of the day? You see a dynamic magnet on the mini magnet, not a paw. Again, reminder, we have our July 4th specials. You want Thrive. It helps you understand a lot of the things I'm talking about, taking it to another level. You want Mind Mastery, because without discipline, you're not going to make it. Markers Plus makes things a lot easier to execute, especially if you use the quick keys on it. So, a quick poll. How many of you guys are brand new, or gals, and have just signed up for boot camp in the past couple weeks? Awesome. So quite a few. So a reminder, you do get your second month for $1. Okay? But you can save $100 a month off of your elite fee if you sign up during the promo for Gold for Silver, where you get gold for silver pricing. And gold includes more indicators, it includes simplicity, more trainings. So you can check out the plan comparison page to see what else it includes. It includes quite a bit more. So if you want to sign up and save $100 off, instead of paying $300, you can pay $200 a month for Gold for Silver. So instead of using that dollar. So it's up to you what you want to do. I just wanted to make you aware of it. Okay? John, when are the specials going up? Are we also doing the 14-month special? He runs all that stuff. Okay. Okay. even if they got the dollar for a month left. Like if you've been in 3 weeks, then and you sign up for the 200 for 300, you submit a ticket, and we'll give you 5 extra weeks before you're billed again. And if you want simplicity, you need gold. You have to have gold. So Grant was saying we should remind some people of that because some people were asking about it. That sounds like a plan. And here's that JFT trade in progress. I called it out in the room before the webinar. I'm up 2,000 on it so far. Showing the JFT trade, Robert, that we teach in Thrive. So one trade pays for it. Did I get an early entry? Yeah, I got in on simplicity. All right, so let's see here. A reminder: apexinvesting.com/bootcamp for a free trial. We got promos coming up July 4th. And if this is something you want to check out, you want to learn more about, then sign up. It's easier than you want it to be, but it's not as hard as you think it is. If you will just apply and take the time and be willing to let yourself take advantage of that, I mean, that's why we give a free month. That's why we give a second month for $1. We believe in it, so we let you come in and learn it. The only thing is you got to apply it. You got to put in your time. So I hope y'all picked up some golden nuggets today and some good decision making. And I will see y'all tomorrow morning in the trade room. All right, y'all have a good night. It would take you to sign up for boot camp if you've already signed up for it. You can only sign up for the $1 trial if you've already signed up for boot camp. Awesome. Glad y'all enjoyed it. And again, now we don't have a webinar next week because of the holiday, but we do have one the week after that. So, but we do have plenty of time in the trade room, so I'll see y'all in there. Y'all have a great evening. Good night.